What's up everyone, welcome to episode number 12 on my series of A New Era in WWE. I am Herd85. As you can see, we are at Monday Night Raw. This is the penultimate Raw before Survivor Series, so there'll be a bit of build towards that. The main event is a triple threat match for the US title. I'm sure I put the US title on the line. Anyway, pre-show, 6-man tag, Undisputed Era pick up a defeat actually to Pete Dunne, Kurt Hawkins and Ross Von Erich when Pete Dunne hits the bitter end. 5-man action. Ooh, Justin van der Liger gets the win over Naito, TJP, John Morrison and Damien Sandow. 58 rating. Not too bad. The Miz comes to the ring. He starts talking to the crowd before eventually getting interrupted by Bray Wyatt. A big argument breaks out and they agree to face each other tonight in a singles match. I'm sure I put it tonight. Chad Gable, keeping his momentum going, picks up the win over Jinder Mahal. Everlasting, Stable of Bar Truth, Drake Maverick, CJ Parker and Carmella. Just having a little backstage promo. Bit of filler time really. 53 rating. R Truth retains his 24/7 title, defeating Shelton Benjamin. 48 rating, not too bad. Steve Austin is in the office and says at the pay-per-view it will be Gallows and Anderson versus the Usos versus Wade Barrett, or Bad News Barrett, and Drew McIntyre, and against one more team for the tag titles. As for tonight, we'll have an 8-man tag match. Camera pans to the door and we see Sarah Logan laughing. She then shouts, "War, war, war." Hint, hint. Aiden English. Oh wow, 76 for Aiden English. Takes the mic and does a bit of a pre-match catchphrase for the fans before he defeats Jay Briscoe. So believe it or not, this could be a little push for Aiden English. He does have very good mic skills. Triple H chatting backstage with Matt Riddle, thanks him for his help as they were tag team recently. Triple threat. Candice LeRae defeats Emma and Peyton Royce when she hits the Heartbreaker on Emma, 70 rating. Bischoff hypes his tag team, the Authors of Pain, as the second coming of death, 68 rating. The AOP then defeat Enzo and Big Cass with the last chapter. Austin is backstage with Seth Rollins, Samoa Joe and Finn Balor. He tells them that on Sunday the Universal title match will now be a triple threat, as AJ Styles was forced to withdraw due to injury. And I got an 88. That's a pretty good rating to keep the storyline going. And here is the 8-man tag. Gallows and Anderson with Bad News Barrett and Drew McIntyre defeat the War Raiders and the Usos when McIntyre hits his Claymore kick. So this will be a 4-way tag team match at Survivor Series for the tag titles. After the match, all 8 superstars brawl to the backstage area. Aleister Black continues to win, defeats Drew Gulak again, hitting his Black Mass, getting a 64 rating. They're great chemistry, and that's probably about the 3rd time I've had them face each other in about, 12 episodes, so yeah. So Black, to be honest, at Survivor Series there's going to be a lot of feud enders, so I'll be able to start new feuds Women's title match. Shayna Baszler defeats Asuka. They have pretty good chemistry, which is always helpful. 55. Following the match, the Horsewomen are beating her down 3-on-1. Becky Lynch makes her return from injury and saves Asuka from a serious beatdown. Bray Wyatt defeats The Miz with the Mandible Claw. 69. Pre-match promo, Daniel Bryan basically has a bit of a talk about Kevin Owens and Matt Riddle. Said about how he's better than them. 84. Main event, triple threat match for the United States title. Daniel Bryan retains over Kevin Owens and Matt Riddle when he locks in the LeBell Lock and Riddle taps. Following the match, the Undisputed Era get a bit of revenge on Kevin Owens. Triple H comes running out and helps fight him off. 78 for Raw. That's probably my best Raw rating. There ain't any higher than those 70. I don't think I've hit the 80 bracket yet. That would be the next goal. And my fan. Maybe I should background music. Like elevator music. Anyway, pretty happy with the final Raw before Survivor Series. Still getting told I've got lack of big names. Jay Briscoe, even though he's a Ring of Honor talent, is moaning that I'm not giving him a good push. Well, not a good push, but he's just moaning basically that he's been jobbing out pretty much, considering he isn't really my talent. I wasn't really planning on pushing him too hard, but he is pretty much more over than a lot of my mid-carders. Alright, have a little gander at WWE for a sec. Top. So my best show is 78. Lots of 78s and 77s. My best match is 81. So if I can top them, then I'm doing something right. Alright, let's have a look at the news. SEMA injury for A. James Mason. Nothing too interesting there. So we move on to Wednesday. Let us see what the news holds for us. Okay, not a lot of shows happen on a Tuesday. At least the Fox's contract's coming up. Pardon me. Kingpin Bad Luck Fail. He declared that he's the only star in all Japan, and he is carrying it single-handedly be honest, I could probably bring him to WWE, but Fire Ant, someone called Scorpio, Ace Austin. Let's have a look at Ace Austin. You know what? I think I'm going to poach Ace Austin. I've offered him a development deal. See if he'll go to NXT. Right, let's have a look. See at NXT, All Elite Wrestling. Ooh, Buddy Murphy's contract's coming up, so I will be renewing that. I think I'll give him a long-term deal. Bianca Belair, not too bothered about her. Alright, let's go straight to it. AEW. Dustin Rhodes is in the main event. Oops. So we'll talk about the news first, and then I shall post you the results. Right, so AEW. We also had Phoenix over Dreamer. It was an okay show. NXT UK, Jack Gallagher. An event was Joe Kofi against Jackson Ritz, the old gunner. Riker. NXT, the American version. Steve Cutler in the main event, huh? Probably because he's been on Raw. Justin Liger in need of a break. So, Aiden Prince to resign with Impact, I guess. Yeah, not really too much news. So, before I forward, you should get the AEW results now. Right, guys, as you can see, we are at SmackDown. There wasn't any newsworthy things really on Friday. So, let's get going. Pre-show match, bit of a random mixed tag. Natalya and Ted DiBiase Jr. on the losing effort to Sonada and Sonya Deville. Sonada locking in his skull end finisher on Natalya. Zack Ryder defeats Oney Lorcan and Eric Young with the Rough Rider in the pre-show match. Sting. The show opens with Sting is in the ring, giving Joey Styles and Booker T little time to hype the show. Sting hypes Survivor Series. He's interrupted by Elias, who's complaining about Sheamus. Sting decides to make a match tonight. Elias will be in tag team action against Sheamus and Dean Ambrose, and his tag team partner will be Kane. Tag match, Ricochet and Johnny Gargano defeat Davey Richards and Scott Dawson. 57, not bad. Corbin and Bobby Lashley are arguing in the locker room. Corbin questions Lashley's motivation. Neither look happy, but they put their differences aside and leave together. Tag match, Shane Thorne and Buddy Murphy defeat Kalisto and Amazing Red. Sean hitting the Death Bomb Valley Death. To be honest, I'm considering making Shane Thorne and Buddy Murphy a tag team. Andrade defeats Akira Tozawa with the Hammerlock DDT. 62, pretty decent. Megastars basically just doing a bit of hype for their Survivor Series match. Twisted Bliss get defeated by Sasha Banks and Kairi Sane. Alliance with Kane and the Ascension. Alliance suggests how they should both work together to take out Dean Ambrose and Sheamus. I guess a 67. Luke Harper defeats Kota Ibushi with a discus clothesline, 55 rating. Team Hardy promo with the New Day, Gargano and Ricochet, 62. The Ascension defeat the Lucha House Party and Corbin and Lashley with a 58. Corbin and Lashley then argue and blame each other for the loss. Neither look happy with the situation, but they put their differences aside and leave as a team. Sami Zayn is in the ring with a casket. He's talking about The Undertaker, telling the world that he will beat him and end the streak. So it's obviously Zayn opens the casket and says there'll be no retribution. The lights go off and The Undertaker appears, but Sami Zayn is gone. Undertaker goes mad about being outsmarted, then realises Zayn could be hiding in the casket. Taker lifts the lid of the casket, but nothing's there. Zayn crawls out from under the ring and super kicks The Undertaker down. An 87, so a last minute hype for Survivor Series. Big rating there for Sami Zayn. Triple threat match. Mandy Rose defeats Bianca Belair and Ember Moon. Cruiserweight title defense. Cedric Alexander defeats Tyler Bate. 47, not the greatest rating. Massive brawl erupts between Orton and Strowman. Spills to the parking lot where the violence escalates to the point Strowman throws Orton through a car window. And I got a 92 rating. Paul Heyman hypes Team Lesnar, which is Brock and Curtis Axel. 80 rating. Team Lesnar then defeat the Time Splitters when Brock locks in the Kimura lock on Alex Shelley. Following the match, Paul Heyman and Lesnar in the ring with Curtis Axel, cutting another promo. Kofi charges down to attack. Lesnar throws Axel in the way, and him and Heyman quickly make a getaway, leaving Axel to get beaten by an angry Kofi Kingston. I got an 85. IC title defense number 9 for Shinsuke. He defeats Rusev and Mustafa Ali. Pre-match hype. Ambrose and Sheamus hyping up the main event. Let's hope it doesn't bomb. Yeah, 62. Yeah. Sheamus and Ambrose defeat Elias and Kane when Ambrose pins Kane again after hitting the Dirty Deeds. 62. So-so. 74 for SmackDown, so not amazing. SmackDown is the show really lacking on star power. Hence why I need to finish up some storylines and mix people up a bit. I think we'll have Ambrose and Kane one more time at Survivor Series, just to give Ambrose a big win before moving on to a new feud. Parker looks like he's leaving AAA. He's getting on a bit now, to be fair. Shinsuke Nakamura's contract's coming up, but I am definitely re-signing him. And again, it's telling me I've got a lack of big names. New Japan. New Japan scored an 82. Considering I only scored a 74 for SmackDown, a lot better than me. Not too much. Still Life with Apricots. Okay. Nice name. So we're continuing forward. Not too much news there apart from Friday Night SmackDown. And obviously New Japan. New Japan. Oh, we've got some lots of news coming up, it looks like. Lots of contracts, isn't it? Is he going to stay with La Parker again? He's just like the headliner at the moment. Yeah, quite a lot of news, so let's see if we can filter through it. Injury there. Hamid Yoma. Ring of Honor. Jay Lethal was the main man. CMML. They also fire someone. Timothy Thatcher stand out again. ICW, Rampage Brown was the star of the show. NXT Velveteen Dream. Killian Dane's the world champion, just in case you weren't sure, for NXT. Alberto El Patron for Noah. That's Alberto Del Rio to some of us. Some injuries down here. Someone got married. So yeah, I think that is pretty much everything newsworthy. Oh, Lacey Evans has returned. She just had a minor injury. But yeah, it looks like we are going to go to the next day, and it will be Survivor Series. Right. Okay, it's that time. Survivor Series. I'm hoping this is a good show. I've used all the minutes possible. So this is technically a pre-show match, but I've put it on the main card. I wanted to use every single superstar for Survivor Series. So the Authors of Pain and Shinsuke Nakamura defeat Riddle, Ultimate Dragon and Justin Liger. However, it just looks like I'm losing a Keen as he's separated his shoulder in this match. That's not good. Riddle got some heat for that. Kevin Owens defeats Andrade. Again, short and sweet match. Unfortunately, that had nothing for him. But I'm ending lots of feuds in this show. So there will be brand new feuds starting. The classic intro of Fireworks, Maradona and Joe Styles running down some of the cards. 66 rating. a 50-man battle royal, which Aiden English won. The final four were Kyle O'Reilly, Buddy Murphy, Razar, and Aiden English. And then Razar impressed in that match. 55, not amazing. Elias defeats Sheamus by using a foreign object. 56. This also ends this mini feud. It was only a mini feud for Sheamus' return, but it's not going as well as I hoped, so Elias has gone over. Bit of a random tag, Raw versus SmackDown match. Enzo and Cass defeat Corbin and Lashley with a roll up. And again, Corbin and Lashley are arguing following their defeat. Tag title match, the Usos retain against Barrett, McIntyre, Gallows Anderson and the War Raiders. This also ends the tag title storyline. 62 ratings, not bad, but I kind of want to move Drew McIntyre onto bigger things, to be honest. A women's Survivor Series match. The heels of Mandy Rose, Billie Kay, Emma, Lacey Evans and Charlotte Flair defeat Carmella, Nikki Cross, Mia Yim, Kairi Sane and Candice LeRae. 74, pretty good. Random US title match just to get the usage of Daniel Bryan on the show. He retains against Jay Briscoe and Damien Sandow. 66, ain't too bad. Right, feud ender Adam Cole defeats Triple H. Again, my push of Adam Cole continues, and hopefully he will benefit with some good openness boost with that win. Miz appeals to Austin. He wants a rematch against Bray Wyatt tonight. It's accepted, 79 rating. And Miz is jobbed hard. He is defeated within 2 minutes and 56 seconds with the Mandible Claw. Again, ends the feud on this one because I want to move Bray Wyatt onto bigger things. Women's title defense. Bliss defeats Banks. 68 rating. Another feud ender. And like I said, I'm ending all the feuds pretty much. The Megastars against Team Hardy. Survivor Series match, a feud ender match. The winners were Broken, Matt, Ricochet, Gargano, Big E and Woods. So the order of elimination was Woods was out first, then Canales, then Aries, then EC3, then Bobby Roode, so that left it 4-on-1. Ziggler then eliminated Big E, Ricochet and Hardy, which made it 4 1-on-1. And Johnny Gargano looks like he was the last man standing, picking up the win. 60 rated. Ambrose bursts into Sting's office just to have a word. Kane, Connor and Victor ambush him. 72. Which leads to a final match between Kane and Ambrose, with Ambrose picking up the win. 65 rating. Another feud ender, because Ambrose probably could move on to bigger things. Title change. Even though they have Asuka and Becky Lynch have zero chemistry as partners, and they are my new women's tag team champions. For storyline purposes, this one's continuing as they are feuding with the Horsewomen. So Becky Lynch and Asuka are the new women's tag team champions. That match got a 70 rating. Casket match. The Undertaker defeats Sami Zayn. Gets a 75 rating and is another feud ender. So this actually puts Sami Zayn quite over this feud. So I'm quite happy about it. Balor with Anderson and Gallows hype their match for later. 61. Brock Lesnar retains the world title over Kofi Kingston, a 76 rating and a feud ender. So Lesnar defeats Kofi 2 times on the bounce. Following the win, Lesnar holds the title aloft with Paul Heyman raising his arm over the fallen Kofi Kingston, 89. Wow, 83, decent. Randy Orton defeats Braun Strowman in a Falls Count Anywhere match. This feud is continuing as I make that one apiece between Strowman and Orton. Plus 83 is my highest match to date. So they are definitely pulling out the ratings, Strowman and Orton. Main event, a feud ender. Seth Rollins retains the Universal title against Samoa Joe and Finn Balor in an elimination match after 31 minutes. Finn was eliminated first, and then it was down to Rollins against Joe, with Seth picking up the win. A 76, not a bad main event. Show ends with a 77. But overall, I used as much as the roster as possible. So I'm very happy with this. Hopefully it means I can move on to some new storylines now. Orton and Braun are definitely my main attraction storylines wise. Pulling out a lot of decent ratings. We'll just double check the final news for this episode before we move on to December. No, it won't be December to December. There is 2 pay-per-views in December. It'll be a Raw only one and a SmackDown only one. Alright, we've got some news. Ooh, 2 decent cool news. So, just to announce, the Big Show has returned, and so has Ronda Rousey. I've also got some people making offers for Shinsuke Nakamura, so I may have to intercept those. Buddy Murphy signed a new contract to stay. So we'll go through the news. Just New Japan, they've got some booking plans. Kenta versus Liger, Tanahashi versus Joe Doring. Okay. So yeah, good show for Survivor Series. Noah tournament, Global League tournament won by Takahashi. Is that how you pronounce that? I hope so. A couple of tours are over. Jay Briscoe signed a PPA deal still with Ring of Honor. And the main injury for one of my authors of pain. And he is out for about a month. Well, I could probably work with that. There you go, some returns on the Rousey's one. Could play nicely into a storyline that I've got with Becky Lynch and that. Have a look, is Ronda a heel or a face? She's a heel. Which is fine with me, because I shall slow face turn her. To set up potentially her against Shayna Baszler. So, on that note, I shall say thank you as always for joining me. Survivor Series was not too bad in the end. We shall be going on to some new feuds this month. So, hopefully you guys enjoy, and as always, take care.